Now guys, one thing is certain in this day and age, we can always bet on the SNP to rear their ugly heads with yet more stupidity that the Lib Dems would be proud of. It's actually that bad that Naz Shah would be happy they're changing the names of things for the sake of diversity. This is because, as you know, old fish lips and her ministerial pals with a strong Scottish name are a pair of progressive ponces, pandering of course to the perpetually outraged tosspots we mock on the internet all the time. And that here is proven yet again because even during the disaster we're currently living through, they only seem to care about people's species and must take them into account with the words that they use. The SNP cannot be seen to offend anyone, so they have renamed the Indian variant the Overtue variant, which is just laughable considering they don't mind saying the Kent variant or anything like that. You know what, take a look at this clip captured by UK1 and see it for yourself.
There's also a reason why we are calling it the Overtue variant. I think it is so important for us not to allow this virus to divide us as communities.
The so-called Indian variant of the virus, which from now on I'm going to refer to as the Overtue variant. Now, in recent weeks, this variant has become quite established in many parts of the UK, including here in Scotland, and we have reason to believe that it might be more transmissible even than the Kent variant.
There's also a reason why we are calling it the Overtue variant. I think it is so important for us not to allow this virus to divide us as communities.
The so-called Indian variant of the virus, which from now on I'm going to refer to as the Overtue variant. Now, in recent weeks, this variant has become quite established in many parts of the UK, including here in Scotland, and we have reason to believe that it might be more transmissible even than the Kent variant. Even than the Kent variant, even than the Kent variant.
Even than the Kent variant.
Now, I just really don't know what to say about that clip in all honesty. They scream about fighting a pandemic, yet they have the time to worry about offending one poor snowflake on Twitter. This is of course leadership in the UK, it would seem, an absolute joke of a country at the end of the day. Now, as I said, they obviously don't mind calling the Kent variant by its name, and if there was an English variant or white variant, you would bet the SNP would be screaming about it, like they do independence that involves being the vassal state of Brussels. As you all know, the SNP are deranged at this point. Devolution has failed. We should abolish the Scottish Parliament and free the Scottish people from this lunacy is all I will say. I mean, for instance, just take a look at the sort of shit that the strong Scottish named former Justice Minister and now Health Secretary comes out with. He doesn't want to cause division, but he'll quite happily spout this bollocks that we have here.
But why are we so surprised when the most senior positions in Scotland are filled almost exclusively by those who are white? Take my portfolio alone. The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General, white. The Chief Constable, white. Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The Head of the Law Society, white. The Head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every Prison Governor, white. And not just Justice. The Chief Medical Officer, white. The Chief Nursing Officer, white. The Chief Veterinary Officer, white. The Chief Social Work Advisor, white. Almost every trade union in this country headed by people who are white. In the Scottish Government, every Director General is white. Every chair of every public body is white.
There's also a reason why we are calling it the Overtue variant. I think it is so important for us not to allow this virus to divide us as communities.
Is white.
Now that just proves something you already know, that this is a virtue signalling tosspot, plain and simple. A bunch of dirty snivelling shitweasels is what the SNP is at the end of the day. But guys, that will be the end of the video. There's only so much stupidity I can actually take on a Saturday morning, so remember to check out my BitChute and Odyssey channels that are linked down below if you have not already. I should have my website up and running soon, so also keep an eye out for that.